went to Munich for the first time recently on a trip to Europe, and I came in with zero expectations. I have 4 nights, 3 full days there, and by the end of those 3 full days, my mind was blown. I fell in love with the city. Honestly, I could go on and on about what I enjoyed about the city, but I'm not going to because that's going to take way too long. So instead today, I'm sharing my top 3 favorite things that you gotta do when you're in Munich. Number 1, Neuschwanstein Castle. As a city girl who doesn't care much for princesses and fairy tales, I was definitely hesitant to take a 2-hour train into a small village just to visit the inspiration for Disney's Sleeping Beauty castle. What I once regrettably dismissed as just a castle quickly became one of the highlights of my trip to Europe. It's a full day trip, but it's totally worth it. You can either go alone by figuring out the train system and downloading a walking tour, or pay a bit more for a tour that includes transportation to and from Munich as well as a guided tour. I went with Sandeman's new Europe tours and they did not disappoint, and I made some great friends when I was there as well. It does cost a bit extra to go in the castle. You only get about 30 minutes inside the castle and you can't take photos inside. I didn't go inside the castle, but honestly the outside was so amazing I really didn't feel like I was missing out much because I just got to absorb in all the scenery more. As one of the most iconic castles in Germany, it does draw a bit of a crowd. Expect about 40 minutes of walking up a hill from the village where you buy tickets or get dropped off by the bus, and then you can continue to walk up a hill to Marienburg Bridge for some great photo ops if you can squeeze by all of the selfie sticks. Be warned, there's a lot of selfie sticks. If you've got energy after you've passed the bridge, you can take a small hiking path up for the real breathtaking views, but this is a little bit more of a hike, at least for me. None of the walks are very intense, just make sure you bring comfy shoes and sunscreen up. Number 2, biking around the city. Biking is one of my favorite things to do around the cities, especially in Munich where everything is flat and there's just a lot of space that you can bike around. You never feel too crowded. You can either download a map and rent a bike, or you can splurge a little and get a city bike tour, which usually lasts about 3 to 4 hours. I actually ended up getting a private tour with Mike's Bike Tours. We were actually stuck driving in the rain, and even though it was pouring, it was a total blast. If you do choose to go on your own and rent a bike, be sure to bike to the English Garden. It's one of the largest urban public parks. Make sure you check out the famous surfing spot where surfers from all around the world come to ride the waves on an artificial stream. And finally, don't forget to stop by the Chinese Tower in the English Garden for a beer or a radler. And finally, number 3, beer halls. A trip to Munich is incomplete without a visit to one of the legendary beer halls. Some of the most iconic beer halls include Augustiner Keller, Hofbräuhaus, and Weisses Brauhaus. Please excuse me as I butcher the German language. Beer hall crawls are great for learning more about beer culture and history, which is actually really freaking fascinating, even if you're not a big beer drinker. Beer hall tours and tours in general are also really great for meeting and then subsequently most likely partying with other travelers. I'm not a big beer drinker back home, so I was shocked to find out that I actually really enjoyed most of the beers in Germany. The people watching in beer halls is fantastic, especially as the night goes on. It's just an overall fun atmosphere to be part of, even if you're not a big drinker. This is not an experience you want to miss out on, so definitely make sure you visit 1 or 2 beer halls when you're in Munich. And a little bonus at the end of the video, a quick shout out to all the German food that made me fluffy and plump and round for the rest of my vacation. Here are my favorite things to eat in Germany. Pork knuckle, currywurst, spätzle, schnitzel, pretzels, bratwurst. Oh my, just listing off all those foods makes me want to go eat a salad and do some exercise. So now that I've shared my 3 favorite things to do in Munich, I want to hear from you guys. Have you been to Munich? What was your favorite thing to do there? And if you haven't been, what have you heard about it? Are you looking forward to going, or is it not on your bucket list? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I hope it got you excited or inspired to go see Munich or just travel overall. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that subscribe button for more videos like this. I've got videos coming up on Prague, Krakow, Budapest, Vienna, Vegas, Portland, you name it, they're all coming. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. Until next time, this dishwasher. There we go. All right, wrap it up. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right, buddy. You done? Instead, in this video, I'm gonna share my top 3 favorite things that you have to do while you're in Munich. There's a freaking fire alarm in the back. I went to Munich for the first time recently. Let's do that again.